what's up, Flavour Mag viewers? This is me, the real Charlie Brown.
Yeah. You got me caught up in the friend zone trying to be more. Girl, my love for you's pure, but how can I win though? You show me as a door, and being ground is my flaw. But fussing and fighting, we always in mix up. You're gonna break my heart if you don't fix up. And when it all falls down, I put my love on the line, but you never seem to pick up.
10 missed calls today, all from me, but none of them satisfy your dependency.
Your recent single, Dependency, went down really well with fans. Were you surprised by its success?
Yeah, I mean, you never really know that when you put something out, you're in such a bubble in the studio when you're writing it. And even when you shoot the video, I feel like you're in a bit of a bubble because, you know, everyone on your team loves it and you love it, but it's not until you go out to radio or to, especially online, and you get the instant feedback. So it was great. It was great. And that's why I love like putting stuff out online, because you get the instant the feedback instantly. Do you know what I mean? Twitter and YouTube, they'll let you know straight away.
A lot of people have been comparing you to Jason Derulo.
Really? I haven't heard that one yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you not been checking your YouTube comments?
I read some of them. I was scared to read them first, but they're all actually really positive, like 99%. But no, I haven't seen the Jason Derulo one, but that's interesting.
Does that bother you, or are you enthusiastic by that?
No, I'm cool with that. That's cool. He's having success and he's doing his thing. I can't dance, so I'm not gonna try and do a Jason Derulo move. But no, he's cool.
You supported Dappy on tour back in 2012. He doesn't tend to come across very well in the press, but having spent some time with him, what sort of a person is he? He's
cool. I mean, it's hard, you know, you don't get to know like a whole person when you're just around them for short periods of time. And being the support act, obviously I travel separately and my sound check was at different times and stuff. So I caught up with Dappy when I could backstage, and he was really cool. You know, like I've never hung out with him before, so that was my first kind of time. And he was cool. He gave me advice about how to handle the crowd, and because that was my first time handling, you know, music fans and being on a tour. I've usually been doing like industry gigs for years and just sort of trying to get signed. So he was great for like giving me advice. He shouted me out on stage every night, and kind of, you know, his fans connected with me. So in my experience, he's a cool guy. He was cool. Cool.
We can see a picture with you and Dappy on screen now, and you look incredibly tall and Dappy looks incredibly short.
And we both look incredibly tight.
Yeah.
That was the last day of the tour. We should have done a picture on like the fresh ones at the beginning, but I'd just come off stage and he was getting ready to go on stage.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I think we might have needed some yellow pages for Dappy there, to be honest, because he did look quite tiny.
I'm like 6'1". So.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how tall he is, and he didn't have shoes on either in his defence, because we gate crashed into his dressing room just to say goodbye and thanks for having me and blah blah blah. So he was in socks. So.
Are you saying, does Dappy usually wear platforms, or?
I'm not saying he wears platforms. I'm just saying he might have had, you know, an extra inch or two in the high tops or something. So.
and what's the biggest misconception about Dappy, do you think, from your point of view?
I don't really know, because I don't really read too much about him. I don't know what people are saying too much. I think he probably is a little bit misunderstood in terms of, I know he spoke openly on tour about some stuff he'd said in the press that might have been taken the wrong way, and he spoke on stage about that to the fans, and maybe in that way people have like taken some stuff maybe too seriously, or I don't know, because I didn't really follow much of the drama side of things. I just know him as a musician and you know, an artist. That's kind of how I know him. Upon
meeting him, did he, you know, blurt out his famous catchphrase, "Nana Nai, Wagwan, Charlie Brown"?
Apart from on stage, I never heard of Nana Nai. There were no like Nana Nai echoes from that stage or anything like that. Only on stage.
You got a real bad habit. I know you try to manage it, but I notice when you call me, it's a real bad habit, and I just ain't gonna have it. 'Cause your habit takes the best of me.
The Script are probably one of your biggest celebrity admirers. Danny, he's been banging on his chest like King Kong while singing your praises. Again, how did you two meet?
Same way, on a writing trip. Actually, that was my very first writing trip, because I signed a publishing deal to Simon Fuller, who invented Pop Idol. And I was sent, like the week later, I was sent to Canada to write for Canadian Idol. I didn't know there was a Canadian Idol at that time, but it was the first season. And the winner, they had like a writing camp for the winner. and I got 2 songs on that album, and it was they were songs I wrote with Mark and Danny from the script. They were just writers then, and we kept in touch over the years, and they obviously put together the band after that, and now the script and stuff. So I'm really excited about getting back in the studio with them. I was tweeting with Danny because I'd seen him say something in an interview about wanting to get back together, so I would love to do that. It'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. Does he actually bang on his chest like King Kong?
I don't know where that. I thought you just made.
It's
that
in the
up,
lyrics. Hall to Fame. Sitting in the heart.
Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't seen him do that.
All right,
but,
all right. I've probably been a bit too geeky.
Yeah.
Can we now talk about your brand new single, On My Way?
Yes, please. Let's talk about it.
Moving circles at night, you've given up the fight, like the streets that you're always walking on. You died inside and you don't know why, so you try to turn the light on. But stand up, never say never, cause this life is gonna get better. Take a breath, shake it off and say, I'm on my way. You've been down, feel so fed up. When they tell you you might not get up, might not be on top of the world, but hey, here's what you say. You might work, but I work harder. You might fight, but I fight smarter. Might not be on top of the world, but hey, I'm on my way. You might fly, but I fly high.
Where exactly are you en route to?
En route to. I'm en route to everything I want to achieve. That's what the song is about. Just being like, whether you're one step, you know, into the journey, or one step away from ending the journey, you're on your way and everywhere in between. And yeah, that's what the song's about.
The lyrics, you might work, but I work harder. You might fight, but I fight smarter. Might not be on the top of the world, but hey, I'm on my way.
I'm on my way, exactly.
Yeah, sounds very inspirational. Was it a personal experience that inspired those lyrics, or?
Definitely, a lot of personal experiences. At the time I wrote it, I'd just come out of like a really bad management situation, and my career was just completely stunted. Like, I didn't have anything going on. I felt like I couldn't get my music out. I felt like labels didn't want to know. I'd been turned down by a bunch of different labels, and that day I was in the studio with one of my favourite producers, Focus, and I needed to hear something uplifting because I was not in an uplifted place. I was really down, and I couldn't really find anything that made me feel that way or made me like, you know, gave me energy. So I was like, we're going to write one today. We're going to write an upbeat, inspirational song because I need to hear something, you know, that's going to lift me. So that was our kind of goal when we started, and yeah, we wrote it that day.
How long did it take you to write it?
Focus already had like a beat going when I got there, and when I said this idea about the song, he you know, played me the beat and was like, what do you think of this? So probably a couple hours later we had it, and then yeah, just laid it down. And I wasn't sure about the song for a while. I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it, because when you write something, there's like a few days afterwards where it'll either get stronger in your mind as a solid idea that's amazing, or it'll just get weaker and you won't like it. But that one just got stronger and stronger, and a couple of weeks later I was like, yeah, I like this.
Yeah, so you wrote a potential hit song in a couple of hours. That's quite good.
Yeah. Well, hopefully a hit.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's getting a lot of support at the moment. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Along with a new single, you've also got your forthcoming debut album, Dream State, on the way. What can fans expect when they press play, when they sort of get, if anybody still buys CDs?
I just want it to be, like a journey, and the thing I love about debut albums is they can be 10 years in the making sometimes, and that's why everyone's debut albums a lot of the time are so good, because, you know, there's so many experiences packed into that one record, and I've had a lot of experiences like musically and in this industry, and like trying to get where I'm at now. So I want it to be, you know, they're not all like super uplifting like On My Way, but I want it to be an uplifting album, and I want it to be just kind of cover all bases. Like everything I've been through will be on the record, so I want it to be that journey and kind of end in a good On My Way place.
And a bit like how you update your Twitter and Facebook pages, can you give us a status update on the album?
A status update?
Yeah.
What, you mean like a date? Or?
Yeah, how far is it? What's the progress?
Yeah, so basically I'm pretty much about 3/4 of the way done with it. It's scheduled for August, but I'm going to write up until the very last day, until it closes the album. Like, they're going to have to drag me out of the studio, because I keep wanting, I'm always in competition with myself, and I always want to beat the last thing I wrote. So I'm not gonna like get to June and be like, oh cool, we're good, we'll wrap it. I want to, you know, if it's out in August, I'll be writing until July. But yeah, I think we're about 3/4 of the way done.
Have you been in full control of the album?
I'm in a really lucky place actually with the label, because I know a lot of people, obviously being a writer behind the scenes first, I know a lot of artists and how that relationship can sometimes be with labels, and I don't have that relationship where we bang heads about stuff. So we're all on the same page. So it's not just me doing it and then telling them after, or the other way around. It's just together. Like my A&R Rich, we just sit in the room, vibe out to what I've written. We always have the same favourites. 9 times out of 10, we'll have the same favourites, and they're the ones we put out as singles. Like he told me, he was like, we need to do On My Way as the first single, and that's what I'd gone to that meeting to say. So, and he said it before I even could. So yeah.
If you were stranded on a deserted island and you could send one message in a bottle back to Earth or back to civilization, what would it be? I personally would send a message to my flatmate telling them not to touch my milk. Milk's very expensive. What about you?
Milk's very expensive. Somebody help me, like get me off, like I have no food, have no water. Yeah, it'd probably be an SOS, actually, now I think of it.
So you go down the traditional route then?
Yeah,
wow.
of like, get me off this island.
And what does the rest of 2013 hold for you?
I'm excited, I'm really excited, because obviously we talked about the album Dream State in the summer, and then I just get to perform, and like, being a writer for so long behind the scenes, I didn't get to do that, and so I'm just chomping at the bit to be on like the festival bills, and I know I'm on a bunch of lineups this summer for like you know, certain balls and festivals and stuff, so I can't wait to do all that stuff. I have another single coming out straight after On My Way. And probably, I don't know whether the album's going to come out straight after that or another single in between, but yeah, it's all really exciting and new territory for me. I've never done all this stuff before, so every day I'm doing something for the first time. So.
It's looking very exciting for you, Charlie. Thank you so much. And before we go, would you like to turn to the camera and blow your female fans a kiss, or would you like to say anything at all?
Yeah, I want to shout out the Charlie's Angels and Charlie's Devils on Twitter, who've just been supporting, watching the videos, getting the YouTube views up, going over to my Facebook page and liking, getting involved in the competitions we do and stuff. And they want me to blow you a kiss, but now I'm self-conscious and I'm not going to, but you know I love you, Charlie's Angels and Charlie's Devils. Yes, thank you for supporting. I appreciate it.